The gunshot ripped through the crisp morning air, loud and jarring, like a thunderclap right above me. I stopped dead, my heart pounding so fiercely I could hear it drumming in my ears. My gaze fixed on her. Lydia. She staggered back, hands up, her face etched with disbelief as blood blossomed on her shoulder, spreading like spilled wine on a white tablecloth. "Call 911. I yelled, sprinting toward the gate. My wife, Emily, was already on it, shouting into her phone, "Someone's been shot." She was trespassing. Oh my God. Lydia had been scaling the fence again, clutching a bag stuffed with stolen loot eggs, a few tools, maybe some carrots, whatever she could snatch before the shot rang out. The bullet wasn't meant to hit her. It was a warning that went astray, or maybe not. I couldn't tell. As she slumped against the post, bleeding but breathing, I stared down at her and wondered, how did it come to this? How does a woman obsessed with neighborhood pride end up raiding my farm and getting shot? Sirens wailed faintly in the distance, closing in. But before we get there, let me rewind, because this didn't start with gunfire. It started with a dream of quiet, simplicity, and a patch of land. 6 months earlier, Emily and I had escaped the suburbs. We sold our house, packed up, and moved to a modest 12-acre plot just outside a sleepy Texas town. It wasn't sprawling, but to us, it was paradisino. Traffic noise, no prying neighbors, no homeowners associations. Or so we thought. We built our home by hand, raised chickens, planted tomatoes, kale, and zucchini. The strawberries didn't serve the Texas heat, but we tried. I fixed up an old blue barn out back. It was tough, sweaty work, but it felt honest. Ours. Then the emails began. To the owner of 1501 Pine Hollow Lane, it has come to our attention that you are in violation of community aesthetic standards. Community standards? We'd left that world behind. Turns out, the HOA from the upscale neighborhood bordering our land claimed jurisdiction over our property because they could see our barn from their manicured streets. Leading the charge was Lydia, mid-40s, blonde bob, crisp button-ups, acting like she ruled the county. She was the HOA president and strutted onto our land that first week, no courtesy, just a clipboard and a mission. "You need to repaint this barn," she declared, tapping it. "It's sky blue. We only permit taupe or beige within our sightlines." I was too stunned to respond. Emily stepped in. "Excuse me, ma'am. This is private property. We're not part of your HOA." Lydia smirked. "If it impacts our property values, it's my concern." And that was the start of the war. She called animal control on our chickens, claiming the roosters crowing was psychological warfare. She mailed us compliance letters with sneaky photos taken from her side of the trees. We ignored her at first, but she upped the ante. One morning, I found our barn splattered with beige paint, giant letters spelling comply. No cameras back then, no proof, just a hunch it was her. She started creeping onto our land when we weren't around. A shovel went missing, then a basket of eggs. Emily thought I was paranoid until she caught Lydia on her phone camera one night, rummaging through our chicken coop like a feral scavenger. The police said the footage was too blurry for charges but promised to talk to her. Nothing changed. So I installed cameras, motion sensors, and no trespassing signs everywhere. Still, she returned. One dawn, our tomatoes vanished puffly of in a single boot print in the dirt. Emily stopped sleeping soundly. I started keeping the shotgun under the bed. Then it happened. That morning was serene sunrise painting the sky gold, coffee brewing, Emily gathering eggs. The motion sensor blared. I bolted outside. There she was, Lydia, climbing the fence with a sack, spotting me, and bolting. "Get off my land," I shouted. She didn't stop, reaching into her coat, maybe for her phone, maybe something worse. I fired a warning shot. She tripped, fell, and blood stained her sleeve. I froze, the gun still hot in my hands. Emily screamed, and I knew life was about to shift. But I didn't grasp how deep it would go. Lydia wasn't just trespassing, she was hiding something far uglier than stolen vegetables, and that shot was just the spark. The ambulance arrived fast, eerily fast, like they'd been nearby. Lydia slumped by the fence, pale, trembling, but her eyes burned with rage. "I want him arrested," she hissed as paramedics hoisted her up. "He tried to kill me." I opened my mouth, but the deputy cut me off. "Step back, sir." Emily sobbed. "It was an accident. She's been harassing us." "Look at the signs." The deputy surveyed the scene, the sack, the fence, the blinking camera, asking, "You got this on tape?" I nodded. Every second. But a chill settled in me. If the footage didn't show the truth, if she spun it right, I was done. They took her away, sirens fading. The deputy said, "No arrest yet, but we need your statement and the gun." I handed it over, hands unsteady. Emily hugged me, whispering, "It'll be okay." I wasn't convoying said. That night, we didn't sleep at home first time since MOVYing in. The station kept us till midnight. When we returned, stars glared down like witnesses. The barn door swung open odd, since I always latched it. Flashlight in hand, I checked inside. Nothing until I spotted a shallow hole under the floorboards, dug out like a hiding spot. I brushed the dirt aside. No contents, just a faint whiff of gasoline. That's when it clicked. Lydia wasn't just thief-wying. She was after something or concealing it. 2 weeks said no charges, no vwy sits, just whispers that Lydia was recovering, playing the vwy tim to her HOA cronies. We stayed put, feeling the town's eyes on us. Then a letter arrived official from the HOA's lawyer. They were suing, trespass liability, emotional distress, endangerment due law $350,000. Emily sank onto the porch. This is a joke, right? I scanned the page. No punchline. She's trying to bury us. Why? Emily whispered. A twig snapped behind the house. I swept the flashlight across the field. 2 figures darted into the trees. Leah vying cracked eggs in the grass and a note taped to the coop. Next time, it won't just be eggs. Sleep evaded us. Emily asked, "Was it Lydia?" I didn't reply. She wasn't alone anymore. The next day, I tore up the barn floorboards and found a plastic case, blueprints, maps, a memory card. The power cut out as I grabbed it. Emily pointed to the window. A hooded man stood at the driveway's edge, watching, then vanished. I fired up the generator, copied the card. Files loaded. Blueprints of our land, underground paths, drone footage of our home. Someone had been stalking us for months. This wasn't about eggs or Lydia. She was just the tip of something massive. I drove to the sheriff's station, handing the case to Deputy Carter, mid-30s, sharp, local roots. He plugged in the memory card, muttering, "Smuggling tunnels? This marks the county gas line." I said, "It was under my barn. Lydia's been sneaking and hiding this or hunting it." Carter exhaled. "This is federal level bad." "Then why no follow-up after the shooting?" I pressed. He paused. "Let me make calls." "Go home. Lock up tight." Emily was jittery when I returned, handing me an unmarked note. "You're in over your head. Leave." Too late. The barn burned that night. We woke to flames at 3 a.m., the structure collapsing in a gasoline-fueled roar. In the ashes, I found a scorched phone flashing Lydia before it died. Carter came next morning, grim. The memory card had Prince Tra Vys Holt, ex-pipeline worker, off-grid, stealing fuel from rural lines. "Your land was a hub." Emily asked. "Lydia was with him?" Carter shrugged. "Maybe she knew. Maybe she blackmailed Heim or tried keeping you from it." His radio crackled. "Holt's truck, a body, East Ridge Creek, our land." We raced there. The body wasn't Holt's and HOA maintenance kid. Shots fired. We ducked. Carter chased a figure through the woods. Holt wild, armed. I yelled, "Stop." He shot. I dodged. Carter downed him. Feds swarmed in, taking Holt, alive but silent. An agent warned me, "Don't dig deeper," handing me a number. Back home, Emily clutched the shotgun. Another note slid under the gate. "You should have left. It's not over." 3 nights later, the chickens shrieked. The coop was trashed, feathers everywhere, blood for blood scrawled on it. A figure watched from the woods, then fled. Carter traced Holt's calls. "Lydia's burner. She was in deep blackmailed or fighting him," he said. "Then she's missing." That night, my phone buzzed. A photo. Lydia, bound, in a cellar. Our land's coordinates. Knocking echoed underground near the old pump. I dug, found a trap door, descended. Tunnels, crates, maps, and Lydia, beaten, tied. She gasped. "They've used your land for years. Smuggling, power theft." I tried scaring you away. "Who?" "Evan Price, ex-HOA, bought out." Footsteps neared. The trap shut. Smoke filled the air. Feed rigged it to blow. I found a side tunnel, dragged Lydia out as the ground erupted behind us. Sheriff and feds took over. Lydia named Price mastermind of a black market network under our feet. She'd been a pawn, twisted. For weeks on, it's quiet. We're rebuilding chickens, but tomatoes are sprouting. Darkness doesn't always howl. It can knock politely, wielding rules, hiding in plain sight.